everyone, welcome. I'm An Jung-hyun for Heart to Heart. Did you know that the number of Starcraft gamers in Korea is 50 times that of Starcraft gamers in all other parts of the world put together? That makes Korea the place to be for professional gamers of Starcraft. My guest today is a pro gamer from Canada who, in just 3 years of being here, is picked as the #1 player that many Korean Starcraft pro gamers want to play against. Please welcome Guillaume Patry. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I've seen you on TV a lot, playing StarCraft.
Have you?
And now we get to meet in person.
Yeah.
So is StarCraft that much more popular in Korea than in other parts of the world?
Right now, I would say that in Korea it's really the only country where StarCraft is still that popular. The game was really popular 4 years ago in Canada, Germany, and in the States, but now it's only popular like that in Korea.
Now, you've been a professional gamer here in Korea for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many matches you've played?
I don't remember exactly, but I know that in the 2 last years I had 300 games that were on TV, televised.
Oh.
Because I got the
300 games on TV.
Yeah.
In just 2 years.
Yeah.
So that number must be bigger now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
What was your most memorable match?
You know, when I came here, there was this really big star created by Starcraft. His ID was Samjang, and
right.
I had this really special game on the Nylon map where I made a huge comeback in the game. I was losing, but then somehow I ended up winning, and everybody thought I was already dead. So that's the kind of game that I like to remember the most.
So games that you struggle to win,
Yeah.
and then you end up winning.
Yeah.
And that's what made you very, very popular here in Korea too, right? That match against Samjang.
Yeah, this, and also at that time I won a lot of broadcasted tournaments. So yeah.
Right. You've played against a lot of pro gamers.
Yeah.
How are Korean pro gamers different from say gamers from other countries?
Korean pro gamers are really, really dedicated to what they're doing. They don't just play like 5 hours a day. They play like hardcore for like 10 hours, 12 hours straight. And sometimes before a tournament, they can just like, they stop sleeping like they do at school before the big exams. And they just keep on playing until they like really, they know everything about the new maps and the strategies they're going to use.
I see. What are the toughest? What kind of players are the toughest to play against then?
Well, I would say that these players that really dedicate themselves, like the superstar Lim Yo Hwan, who's now being like a star around the world. Everybody who knows StarCraft knows him, and that kind of player, yeah, he's totally dedicated. He doesn't do anything else. Doesn't have time for his friends. That's why he's so popular.
Then is Korea sort of a special place for StarCraft gamers?
Korea is really the perfect place for a guy like me who loves games, because the community around StarCraft, and it's on TV all the time, so the community is like awesome, and we get respect, we get fan clubs, and I even get recognized in the street and asked for autograph, and this is not going to happen in Canada yet, so far.
What do you think it is about StarCraft that is so popular among Koreans?
That's a really hard question to answer, but I would say that StarCraft is the best real-time strategy game that was ever made, and that kind of game was always popular in Korea. And also, it's a very competitive game, and Koreans like competitive games, like there's a ranking system and everything. And there's a lot of reasons, but I think these are the most important ones.
See, I mean, I've played a few computer games in my lifetime as well, and StarCraft came across as one of the hardest games to play too, because, as you said, you have to have strategies, right?
What's so wonderful about StarCraft is that even after playing for 5 years, people are still getting better and better at it. And I learned, even since I played like thousands and thousands of games, but still I learn new strategies and new details that makes me better. So
really?
To master the game is really hard. To learn it just to play casually, it's simple, it's easy, but to be really good at it.
Do you think you've mastered it then? Or are you still getting better?
I still have to learn about it. So I think that's why the game is still popular after 5 years, because people are getting better.
When did you first play it?
It came out almost 5 years ago. So I started playing maybe 4.5 years.
Were you always
Like 3
into
months.
computer games?
Not that much. I used to be into alpine skiing competition. I was a racer, but when Starcraft came out, I quit because I thought that I was better at Starcraft
than alpine skiing?
Yeah. I didn't make it to the national team, so.
How did you become so good at it? What's the secret? I mean, there are many StarCraft fans who are watching this program right now to see Guillaume Patry. What sort of advice would you give to them to sort of improve themselves?
To improve, well, first you gotta play against better player than yourself, and when you lose, you gotta start thinking, why did I lose? What did I do wrong? Is it my control, my strategies, or whatever? And it's also about loving StarCraft. You don't become the best in the world by playing 1 hour a day. You gotta give yourself to it. You gotta like it.
And how many hours a day do you play?
I play a lot. When I started playing, it was cool and StarCraft, and that was it basically. So I could play like 6-7 hours, and during the weekends like 12. But I really liked it. And I still enjoy playing like 5 hours a day nowadays.
So you have to play with better players to improve yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like to do that. They like to win, right?
Well, that's the problem. If you want to get better, you got to lose. You learn by losing, basically.
So how many games have you lost? Do you have a sort of win-loss record?
I don't really keep track of that, but I would say that I played over my 4 years like 20,000 games, and I've lost not half, but a lot of them. Not half, but almost half of them.
Really? You've lost that many too?
Yeah. Well, I didn't try to win all the games, but you know.
That's surprising, like Guillaume Patry. So it actually proves that you got better by losing too.
Yeah. Well, if I had won most of my games, I would not have been playing against the right people, and I would not be at the top level still today. So I think that's why.
Well, we're going to show you a clip of Guillaume practicing StarCraft and also engaged in a serious match. Let's have a look. Does that usually happen? Crowds gathering behind you when you go to a local PC farm?
Yeah. This is not just any PC room though, it's 300 computers PC room. It's really huge, so like the crowd that is there when they saw me going there to practice, they wanted to take a look.
Right.
It's really different from seeing someone play on TV when you see actually the hand speed and everything that we do with the keyboard and the mouse. It's you don't really see that on TV when you have to look at the player actually play.
They must marvel at your control and the way you play, right?
This is I think it's a tournament, one of the biggest in Korea. I don't remember which game the tournament. It's not final though.
How many StarCraft tournaments are there in Korea?
There's a lot of them, and it's they last 2 or 3 months, and when it's over, there's a new one that starts.
Do you remember whether you won that one or lost it, or do you remember?
The game we saw, I won it.
Oh, you won it.
I could see it by my opponent's face.
I see. Tell us about your game ID. You have a very interesting ID, don't you?
Yeah, it's really funny because my ID is Grrrr, but if I come to Korea, it becomes Grrrr, but in English it's Grrrr, and in French it's Grrrr. So my ID at first I'm French, so my ID was Grrrr. So it's kind of scary when when the tiger is looking for his target. I don't know, trying to intimidate someone. So that was the point of it. Intimidate my enemy or something like that.
Is that your playing style? Is that how you play it?
Well, a lot of people were they were really intimidated by me when they play me, because they kind of thought that I was better than them just because I won a few tournaments before and they didn't. But that's also one of the reasons why a lot of people lost to me, because they thought they would lose. It's kind of a mental block. that they had against me.
So that's important too. It's just like a battle, isn't it? Just like a real life battle.
Yeah, it's.
If you go into it intimidated, then you're likely to lose.
Yeah, at a very high level, this kind of things matter.
And how many months or days or weeks do you think it took for you to get good at it in the first place, in the very beginning?
I became one of the best at the game like 3 months after I started playing. And the game just was just released. But like if I go back there and play against myself, I'll beat myself so easily right now because I played for all these years. And even though my control, like my hand speed is not faster, but I know so much more about the game, and the game is really complex. So many strategies that I know now I didn't know before.
Really?
So, yeah.
So even after playing it for 5 years, there are still strategies that you never knew.
It's parts of strategies, details, controls, and a lot of like the map, that the stuff that you can do. Like there's so much. There's so much.
Don't you ever get sick of playing StarCraft?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. That's of course after playing all these hours that I spent on it. But I still love the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be playing.
Do you play other games as well? Or?
For fun, I play this game called Warcraft 3. It's getting really popular. You know about it, right? And Tetris.
And Tetris.
On Battle.net.
For fun?
Yeah.
But not for career?
No, just for fun. Just to relax.
Do you know how many foreign pro-gamers there are in Korea?
Right now, there's only 2. But
only 2?
There's been about 10 players that actually moved here for a while and tried to make it. But only me and another guy called Bertrand Gaupelier, a French guy, Bertrand, something like that. He's doing pretty well these days, and yeah, he's my friend too.
You two must have played against each other a lot, yeah?
Yeah, we're living with each other actually.
Yeah. So you play with him almost every day then?
Yeah.
And who usually wins?
These days, actually, I gotta be honest, he's doing better than me these days. But I used to beat him all the time when he came here. So I guess playing with all the Koreans here, like, got him better, and now he's catching up.
Were you a pro gamer in Canada?
I played in like all the tournaments there was before coming to Korea, and I made a good living before that, but I never was like sponsored like a professional. I never thought being a professional for StarCraft was something possible before coming to Korea. Even when I was like the world champion before coming to Korea, I didn't think it was possible to like go on TV and have like a sponsor, like all the tournaments, the managers, the organization. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, how did you end up in Korea though? Were you picked up by a sponsor or?
No, I was invited by one of the biggest tournament organization at the time. It was this huge tournament, and they wanted me to come there and play in the tournament. And I did pretty good. I took second. So a lot of people, when I came here, a lot of people knew me, and they were like, Guillaume, you can give me a signature, right? And I was like, whoa, what's that? So I really liked my trip here. And a lot of people wanted me to stay here, become my manager, and I did. I moved here like 3 months after that.
So you took a career as a professional gamer after you came to Korea?
Yeah.
You were picked up by a sponsor, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And are you enjoying life here?
I never regretted my moving here. I really enjoy my life here. Yeah.
So you have a lot of fans too, right? As you said, there are people recognizing you, and there are so many StarCraft players in Korea, and they would have seen you once or twice on TV. I mean,
yep. My fan club has maybe 12,000 members.
You have a fan club too, 12,000 members. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of gamers have this much.
And do you have regular meetings with them, or do you meet with them?
Like twice a year.
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
Any fan that you remember in particular?
The masters of my fan club, they're really crazy. Like they come from Busan and like the countryside, and they come to Seoul for the meetings, and they're really nice, and like that makes me feel like really good about being a gamer, right? Really proud and everything.
Do you ever play against your fans? Do your fans ever ask you for a match?
If I go on Battle.net, people will ask me for matches, but they're not really my big fans. But like the hardcore fans that I have, for some reasons, they don't really play that good. They
Really?
just like to watch, and they I don't know. Yeah.
And when people come up to you, say at a PC room or whatever, and ask you for a match, do you usually give it to them?
No.
No?
No, usually I play against other professional gamers because
I see.
that's the way to
improve yourself.
to improve myself.
It takes quite a few hours to complete a game, right?
No, one game generally takes about 15 minutes.
Is that it?
Average 15 minutes. Sometimes like at very most 1 hour.
1 hour.
It's really rare.
And what sort of, I mean, how many, you said there are about 4 tournaments every year?
No, there's maybe like 20 tournaments per year.
20 tournaments per year.
And first prize money can go up to $20,000. Like from $10,000 to $20,000 for the big tournaments, the ones that are on TV broadcasted.
Oh, and you take part in almost all of those tournaments?
Yeah.
So what does your life consist of when you wake up in the morning? So tell us what your 24 hours consist of.
Well, what's great about my job is that I practice when I want to. So, like if like my friend calls me, let's go out, then I can go out and then practice the next day or like later tonight. So I do what I want to do. So I usually wake up really late. Gamers, to be honest, are kind of lazy people. But it's different every day. Like today, I'm gonna go to the academy. I'm learning Korean.
I see. Well, I heard somewhere that professional gamers also get given new games to sort of try out. Do companies contact you for that as well?
Yeah, lately I went to Los Angeles to do some kind of game consulting for new games called Command and Conquer. That's going to be, they hope that it's going to be popular in Korea because it kind of fits the market here. And they wanted me to kind of give them my opinion as a like kind of a player, international gamer who plays in Korea. So I went there as a game consultant, and that happens once in a while.
Is that kind of like Starcraft then?
Yeah, the game is kind of similar, has 3 races, and it's really fast, and there's a lot of action, a lot of things to do.
And you just briefly mentioned that you're studying Korean?
Yeah.
Right? At where?
At the academy. I used to go to a famous school in Korea called Ihwa. Well, it's a girls' school, but you know that
they do have a language school.
They have a language school for foreigners. So I went there.
So how long have you been studying Korean then?
3 months at Ihwa and maybe 6 months at the academy.
Are you good now then? Are you good?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
pretty
okay? I imagine when you were going to Ihwa, you had a lot of fans on campus as well.
When I went to Ihwa is when I came to Korea. So I hadn't won any broadcasted tournaments yet, so nobody really knew who I was. Actually, yeah.
Now, what does StarCraft have that other games don't have?
Well, as I said before, it's that it takes years to become really, like to really master the game, and I think that's the reason why it's still popular after 5 years. No other games ever was like really popular for such a long time. Usually it's 1 year. StarCraft 5 years. So.
You said the popularity for StarCraft in other countries has sort of died down, but it's still popular in Korea.
Yeah, in Asia it's still like getting more and more popular, which is very impressive.
StarCraft, how it's played, and the process you master it, does that sort of fit into Asian mindset?
It does.
Yeah.
In Korea, especially, I've never been to like Japan, but in Korea, like if there's a big community, something that gets really popular, everybody starts playing it, and they talk about it at school and everything. It's like the cool thing to be the best at like StarCraft in the class or something like that. So I think that helped a lot, and also that that it's a very it's a competitive games, and Koreans they really like that kind of stuff, like to be the first, second, third.
Because I know for a fact that in Korean schools, I mean, a lot of the students, they play StarCraft or other types of video games. Is it like that in Canada as well? I mean, do students play computer games that much?
We do play a lot, but it's like it's very. We don't play like only StarCraft like here. It's like the only games that they play, the students. We do play like there's like 50 games like that is like kind of popular. So like a few people play this game, this game, and this game. So there's no real community, no tournaments. So that's one of the reasons why StarCraft, why I can be a pro gamer at StarCraft is because it's the only game that is popular here. So.
What about Warcraft that just came out? How do you like that? Because, I mean, with everything, as time goes by, things tend to become boring. Things tend to lose popularity, right?
That's right.
What happens if one day StarCraft is not popular anymore?
Well, I have to start playing another game or become a game consultant full-time. But Warcraft, when I started playing it, was really fun, something new, beautiful graphics. But it's nothing like StarCraft to me, at least.
Why is that?
The game is too simple. I feel like after playing just 200 games, I feel like there's nothing more. I don't really feel that there's more for me to learn. Like I do the same routine all the time. It's always the same thing every day, every game. So that's why I don't really like Warcraft, because I played it too much already.
Do you know how long you'll stay in Korea?
I think I might stay here for 5 or 10 more years. I'm not sure, but I like it here.
Playing StarCraft as long as it's popular and also...
Yeah, as long as possible, but it's not going to be possible, I think, in 3 years from now, like, to be realistic. I'm going to have to switch to another game or to change job.
Well, what about sort of, I mean, you said you are working as a game consultant right now, too, but some of these companies that approach you for consulting, what about advising them to create a game like StarCraft, a complex strategy game?
Yeah, usually people that try to do that, they ask to people like me, like what kind of gameplay interface and what kind of controls do we like the best, and that's the kind of things that I tell them, my opinions about that kind of stuff. So the remainder of your stay in Korea, which you're planning at about 5 to 10 years now, what will you be doing during that time? You play StarCraft and then... I don't know. First I want to learn Korean and hopefully I could, I'm doing fashion shows.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, working as a model too.
And I don't know. I'll see how it goes.
See where your career takes you, huh?
Yeah.
What do your parents think about you being here?
You know, when I first came here, I told my mom I was going to be here for 3 months, and she was like, okay, have fun there and try to learn about another culture. And she knew that Korea had a very special culture. So it's really good for I was really young back then. I'm 20 years old right now. So she was really happy for me, and but she never knew I was going to be here for 3 years. When I see her and I'm leaving at the airport, she's crying. She's like, you can come back anytime you want. I know she misses me. I miss her too. So.
But have you told her that you're going to be here for another 5-10 years?
No. Actually, she's coming to Korea. Actually, she came here already, and she's going to come again to see me. And she likes traveling.
When's your next big tournament?
There's tournaments really every month, qualifications. So I have 3 of them next month. The 3 biggest tournaments.
3 next month?
Yeah.
And when tournaments come up, do you do anything special? Do you practice more, or what do you do? How do you prepare yourself, gear yourself up for the tournament?
Well, StarCraft, when it came out, had some kind of standard maps, but every tournament made their own maps that I have to practice before the tournament. So, so I have to really play it's a really different strategy on every map. So I have to practice on the map and see what kind of strategy fits better against which race, and just like the games, I have to like really practice every map for every tournament. So
just like exams, as you said.
It's like exam. Like you don't before the big exam, you don't practice only mathematics. You have to practice chemistry, mathematics, and sciences, right? Physics. So it's basically like that. So having like 3 tournaments in 1 month means a lot of practice time for me. So
let's see. Well, good luck with that tournament, with the upcoming tournaments. Can I ask you, what's your ultimate goal in life? Have you not thought about it yet?
I really want to make like computer games accepted, like in our parents' mind as it is in Korea, respected, and also to like give the gamers like me some kind of global recognition. Yeah.
So you want to be a game maker later on?
I want to be, I'm not sure, but I want gamers to be internationally like recognized.
I see. I see. Well, good luck with your future plans and with the upcoming tournaments. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that Guillaume will do his best in the upcoming tournaments. That's all for today. I'll be back with more live talk tomorrow. See you then.